Welcome back to Scotty's Movies, and today it's time for another episode of Scotty Predicts. Yeah, coming up this weekend is two events from the WWE. First up, on Saturday 12th of July, we have Saturday night's main event, which is quite a small card. I think they're only like about an hour and a half, 2 hours tops events. And then coming up on Sunday, July 13th, we have the all-women's pay-per-view Evolution. So I'm just going to be going through my predictions for both these cards, and we'll let you know what I think is going to happen, and you can see when the events are finished that I got them completely wrong, because that's how I normally do it, if you've seen any of my previous attempts at this. So I'm going to go with Saturday night's main event first. It's a guys all card, because obviously all the girls are on Sunday. So first up, we've got a match which I believe is just announced today as I'm filming this, which is Thursday, which is Solo Sikoa defending the United States Championship against Jimmy Uso. I'll be honest, a lot of these matches, I think, he says, are pretty easy to predict. So Solo's only just recently won the United States title from Jacob Fatu. I can't see Jimmy getting it off him. If anyone, it's probably going to go back to Jacob. So I can see nothing other than a Solo Sikoa win here. We probably, I suspect, all these new guys sort of interfering, and maybe Jacob coming in for the save at the end. But I just think he's going to retain the title. So next up, we've got my boy RKO, Mr. Randy Orton, taking on Drew McIntyre in just a regular singles match. I don't know if there's been much of a build to this one. I think Drew only came back last week from filming this. To be honest, I think this is just going to be a victory for Mr. Orton. It's been a while since he's had a big win, and I just think that's the way he's going to go here. Maybe it could be the first of a couple of matches with Drew, I don't know, but I just think Randy's going to give Owen the feel good victory in this one. So next up, we've got LA Knight versus Seth Freaky Rollins. This one has been building for a few weeks. You've got LA Knight just interfering on Rollins' business on Raw. It's thrown me a bit, really, because I think LA Knight's a SmackDown wrestler, so I'm not quite sure whether he's going to end up getting drafted to Raw in the future, maybe continue this. But this one, I don't think this is going to have a clean finish. I think with Rollins' crew involved, I think we're probably going to get a bit of interference, so maybe sort of a non-finish or a disqualification somewhere in there. I don't think we're going to get a clean finish on this one. But it should be a pretty good match, though. And the main event is Gunther defending the World Heavyweight title versus Goldberg. Yeah, they wheeled Goldberg out for probably, I suspect, one last match. And yeah, I can't see anything other than a Gunther win here. I don't think they're going to put the belt on Goldberg, I've got to be honest. If they did, I think it's going to be a bigger show than Saturday night's main event. And I just can't see it happening, but it should be an interesting match. It should match up pretty good. But yeah, I can't see anything other than Gunther win. So yeah, that is Saturday night's main event. That should be quite good. Moving on to the Women's Evolution pay-per-view. So first up, we've got for the NXT Championship, we've got JC Jane versus Jordan Grace. Now, I've got to say, I'm not that up to date with me NXT. I'm not that familiar with a lot of these ladies, or the guys for that matter. I don't really watch it. But I know JC Jane is the champion in this one. And I do think, though, Jordan Grace coming over from TNA, I think she's going to pick up the win here on the big stage and become NXT champion. I think Chasey Jane, from what I've read and what I've heard, I think she's kind of a bit of a transitional champion from the last one, who I can't remember who it was, but Yeah, was it? No, I can't remember. So yeah, I think we're going to get a championship change hands here with Jordan Grace. Next up, we've got a fatal four-way for the women's tag team championship, which is the Kabuki Warriors versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. This is an NXT team of Sol Ruka and Zarya. I've never seen Zarya. I've seen Sol Ruka. I'm not even familiar with Zarya. I couldn't tell you what she even looks like. And Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez, who are the champions. I do think the champions are going to retain in this one. Whether we'll get a title change down the line with somebody, they might hold off till SummerSlam. I think maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I think they're going to. They only just put these together after Liv Morgan's injury, so I think they're going to hold on to the belts just for a little bit longer. Next up, we've got a street fight, which features Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Now, this feud's been going on for most of the year, since Naomi put Jade through a car window. Like, I think it was back in the last year, actually. And yeah, I don't think this is going to be the blow off. I think we're going to get a Jade win here. Although Naomi's been doing some great work recently, I do think we're going to get Jade pick up the win. But then we're going to get Naomi costing her the world title at SummerSlam. I do believe Jade's going to beat who's it going to be? Tiffany at SummerSlam. I'm going to get a Naomi cash in with Money in the Bank. But yeah, that's down the line. But I think Jade's going to pick up the win in this street fight, get a tiny bit of revenge before Naomi gets it back, kind of thing. Next up, we've got a battle royal with ladies from NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. I'm not that familiar with who's actually in this battle royal, but some of the names I've seen bandied about. I'm going to go for Stephanie Vaquer from Raw to pick up the win in this one. She's one of the biggest names at the moment that's not already involved in another match, and yeah, I just think she's going to dominate that match and pick up a world title shot down the line. I think it's at Clash in Paris, I believe, which is, I don't know, is that end of August possibly? I don't know, I can't keep up. Next up for the Intercontinental Championship, we've got a triple threat. We've got Becky Lynch, the champion, versus Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. This has been quite a good little feud on TV, but I can't see anything other than Becky retaining in this one, probably due to a little sort of sneaky win, I reckon. Maybe one of these where, say, Bayley's pinning Lyra or something, and Becky sort of pulls her off her, and then pins her herself, something like that. I think that's great. We're going to get that kind of finish. But yeah, that's Becky to retain in that one. Next up, we've got the WWE Championship, Women's Championship, which is Tiffany Stratton defending against the Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. As I said earlier, I got a feeling Tiffany's going to go into SummerSlam as the champion and probably drop that belt to Jade before Naomi cashes in. So yeah, it's going to be a Tiffany Stratton victory in this one versus the Hall of Famer, but I think we're going to get a pretty good match. So yeah, Tiffany to retain in that one. And the last match, which I don't know whether it's going to be the main event or not, but it very well could be. For the women's world title, we got Io Sky, the champion, versus Rhea Ripley. I'm a bit undecided on this one. I think I'm going to go for Rhea to win, but I don't know. It's a tricky one to predict. They've had lots of matches in the past with bangers, and I think we're going to get another one here, but I think we're going to get Rhea to scrape the win and go into SummerSlam as the world champion. Maybe where we might get a rematch, I don't know. But yeah, so we're going to get a new world champion on Evolution in Rhea Ripley. And I believe that is everything. So yeah, so that is my predictions for Saturday night's main event on July 12th and Wwe Evolution on July 13th. Comment down below your predictions for this card. Feel free to shoot me in the comments when you watched it and you see how wrong my predictions actually are. Because they probably will be completely wrong, but yeah, this is what I'm here for. Just it's a bit of fun. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.